Hello students, in this particular lesson we are going to learn about reproduction, types of reproduction and reproduction in plants and different organisms, and also reproduction in human beings. So apart from that, we also see reproductive health in this chapter. So let's start with introduction. So reproduction. So what is reproduction? So generally, reproduction is a process by which organisms are able to produce young organisms similar to them. So this reproduction ensures the continuity of the life. So generally, new organisms arise from the already existed organisms through the reproduction process. So every organism that comes through reproduction process only. So reproduction means what? So it is the ability of organism to produce the young one similar to it. So this is reproduction. Now let us understand kinds of reproduction. So generally reproduction is two kinds. So generally reproduction is two kinds. So one is asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction, and another one is sexual reproduction. So let us understand the difference between asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. Generally, in asexual reproduction, single parent is involved. So here single parent is involved. Here male and female parents should be involved. So here both parents, male and female parent. So asexual reproduction. In asexual reproduction, there is no formation of the gametes. So here no gametes. But in sexual reproduction, there is a formation of gametes, male and female gametes. In asexual reproduction, there is no fusion of gametes. So, no fusion of gametes and no formation of zygote. So, generally in sexual reproduction, so fusion of gametes occur, and formation of zygote takes place. Formation of zygote takes place. So usually the young ones are similar to their parent and similar to each other. In asexual reproduction, the young organisms, so young organisms or offsprings are similar to each other and to parent. So in asexual reproduction, the young organisms are similar to each other and also similar to parent. So but in sexual reproduction, the young organisms are not similar to each other and are not similar to parents. So, in asexual reproduction, single parent is involved. In sexual reproduction, male and female parents are involved. In asexual reproduction, there is no formation of gametes. But in sexual reproduction, there is formation of male and female gametes. In asexual reproduction, no fusion of gametes and no formation of zygote. But in sexual reproduction, there is a formation of gametes and their fusion occur and also they produce the zygote. Generally, the offsprings, the young ones. So the young organisms are similar to each other and to their parent. But here the young organisms, as they get the genes from their mother and genes from their father, usually they are not similar to each other, and also they are not similar to their parents. Here the offsprings, they show little variation. So here variations are very rare and little. In asexual reproduction, little variations are seen, but in sexual reproduction we can see greater variations. So since little variations are present in asexual reproduction, it will not contribute much for the evolution process. So will not contribute to the evolution process, and it will contribute to evolution. Sexual reproduction greatly contribute to evolution. Evolution occurs because of the variation. So since two different types of genes are flowing always in the sexual reproduction, that can create different combinations. So these different combinations sometimes lead to evolution and creation of new species. So sexual reproduction produce variations, and these variations are important for the evolution process. In asexual reproduction, the offsprings are genetically weak because they are always coming from the same parent and same genes are flowing. But sexually reproducing organisms are genetically stronger because always there are new combinations. So asexual reproduction occur in lower organisms. Sexual reproduction occur in all higher animals and plants. Some higher animals, so they reproduce through sexual reproduction only, but some lower animals, they can reproduce through both sexual and asexual reproduction. So like that, some higher plants can propagate through vegetative methods. So they can show asexual as well as the sexual method of reproduction. But higher animals, they will not show asexual method of the reproduction. So generally reproduction is two kinds. One is asexual reproduction, another one is what? Sexual reproduction. In asexual reproduction, single parent is used. In sexual reproduction, male and female parents are used. In asexual reproduction, there is no production of gametes, but in sexual reproduction, there is production of male and female gametes. In asexual reproduction, there is no formation of zygote since there are no gametes. But in sexual reproduction, formation of diploid zygote occurs. Now, in asexual reproduction, offsprings, children, are identical to each other and with their parent. But in sexual reproduction, the children or offsprings or young ones are not equal to, not similar to each other, and also not similar to their parents, because there is a combination of different types of genes from father and mother. That's why they are not similar to each other and also not similar to their parent. Asexual reproduction will not show variations. It will show little variations, those are negligible. But sexual reproduction show greater variations. So these variations are important for the evolutionary process, and also variation can produce the stronger generations when compared to little variating organisms. So asexual reproduction occurs in lower animals, plants, and also in higher plants through vegetative propagation. Sexual reproduction occurs in higher animals and plants. So thus plants, even though they are higher, they can reproduce through asexual or sexual methods. But higher animals only reproduce through sexual methods. So this is the main difference between sexual and asexual reproduction.